Good afternoon and welcome to the Midday News. Here's what we have in the bulletin. 3 shot, 1 fatally in ongoing Homestead gang conflict. Dry Harbor community in St. Elizabeth tense following acts of arson Sunday night. And later in sports, Reggae Boys Nations League fixture list revealed. I'm Anthony Lugg. Here are the details. Up first this afternoon, an ongoing gang feud is being blamed for the shooting death of a 52-year-old dressmaker in Homestead, St. Catherine this morning. As you'll hear in this report from Shane Masters, the police are seeking 3 persons of interest.
A tense calm is over the community of Homestead in St. Catherine following the death of 52-year-old dressmaker Angela Mitchell-Young and the injuring of her husband and son. It's understood that about 1 o'clock this morning, Miss Young and her family were at home sleeping when men armed with high-powered weapons kicked off the front and back doors and opened gunfire, hitting them. They were rushed to hospital where Miss Young died while undergoing treatment. Senior Superintendent Stephanie Lindsay is the head of the Jamaica Constabulary Force's Corporate Communications Unit.
So based on what I'm gathering coming out of the Homestead situation, that sometime after 1 this morning, there was a shooting incident on Mansfield Road where a home was actually invaded and 3 persons in that household shot and injured. It was a mother, her son, and her husband. The mother succumbed to her injuries. We understand that the son is serious and the father also serious, but not considered to be too serious. This incident seemed to be a reprisal following a shooting incident on Valdez Road 2 days ago. They believe that family, there's a connection to that family and the death of Taffy. So it's a continuation of the gang conflict between the Valdez Road and the Homestead gang members.
SSP Lindsay says the gunmen attempted to set a house and another property on fire. However, that action was interrupted by the police who had responded to the shooting. Now 3 persons of interest are being sought by the St. Catherine North Police. Their aliases are Blacks, Quan, and a Tiny Boy, all from the Homestead community. They are to report to the Spanish Town Police for questioning. This brings to 39 the number of murders committed in the police division since the start of the year. Shane Masters, TVJ News.
The East Kingston police are still trying to find out what led to the shooting of 12 people last night at a party in Franklintown. Reports are that about 11 o'clock, patrons were at a party at the corner of Wellington Street and York Street when armed men opened fire. The police say persons who were present at the party are being asked to provide information to assist in their investigation.
Why this is so important is that when us, the law enforcement persons, get to know the information, we can take the appropriate action to prevent acts of reprisal. As long as we don't get the information and we don't get to reach the right persons, then the possibility of other shootings may occur. So we are encouraging the persons to share with us what they know. And if they don't want to tell us directly, call 311 and relate it to Crime Stop.
The St. Elizabeth police are maintaining a presence in Dry Harbor, Locovia, where shots were fired and a car set ablaze last night. The incident came hours after the murder of 59-year-old farmer Salome Williams about 1:30 yesterday afternoon. Several residents have relocated with the help of the police. Miss Williams was sitting in her yard when a vehicle with armed men aboard drove up. One of the men alighted from the vehicle and shot Miss Williams. He also shot another occupant of the property before escaping. More than 700 justices of the peace in St. Catherine are unaccounted for. That revelation from Justice Minister Delroy Chuck at the official launch of the St. Catherine Justices of the Peace Association of Jamaica on Sunday. Sandy Williams tells us more.
The St. Catherine Justices of the Peace Association of Jamaica was officially launched on Sunday. Under the Ministry of Justice, it is now mandated that all JPs in the parish become members of the association. However, of the 1,612 Justices of the Peace in St. Catherine, only 877 of them can be accounted for. Justice Minister Delroy Chuck believes the association will aid in organizing JPs across the island.
Justices of the Peace, I'm going to urge you all to try to see if we can find the remaining 700 and odd JPs. St. Catherine is not a big place. So we want you to find them. And the reason why we want all of them to be well organized, because individually, each of you can do so much. But when you collectively work together, when you're properly organized, you can make a big difference.
Custos of St. Catherine Iceland Golding emphasized that JPs play a critical role in the justice system.
By making themselves available to witness DNA testing, attend identification parade, do caution statement, bail, and other court matters such as those related to drug court, child diversion, spirits license, lay magistrates courts, children's courts, and any other related matters, so that citizens can see and feel justice is done on a timely basis.
While admitting that JPs are expected to help in reducing conflicts in the communities, Mr. Chuck added that citizens also have a part to play in the fight against crime.
We need to expose the lawless, the indisciplined, the corrupt, the criminals, the gangsters, the dons, because unless we expose them and work with the police to remove these negatives in our society, Jamaica cannot make progress and achieve the prosperity that we all want.
Sandy Williams, TVJ News.
Residents in Bath, St. Thomas are this afternoon calling for the authorities to clean the drains in the community. The residents complain that they are most affected when it rains. They further lament being plagued by mosquitoes.
This is the prosperity, what we vote for. This is the gutter. This is the condition of the gutter, what we live in, bare mosquito. Last year, I see them come and clean, some part clean, and some part don't clean, money pay for it. When doctor in power, when doctor clean in the gutter, he clean everything from top go down to bottom. He don't clean some part and don't clean the next part. And it's bare mosquito night time after lock in early, after have zapper to kill mosquito, and we tell you this condition. The gutter need to clean.
Mosquito that kill me inside the house every day after light a mosquito destroyer. 1, 2, 3 times for the day mosquito destroyer. It is very, very bad in this area. And we're calling on the relevant authority to come and do something about it. No, no, no.
I want the gutter to clean. I just that want from them. We don't want nothing else. We don't look nothing from them. Just clean the gutter. Give away. Too much mosquito and dirty water in it, man. Back up on this stuff. Clean up. That's what I want.
And it's time now for a break, but stay with us. More stories when we return. Welcome back to Midday News and thanks for staying with us. A woman is now in hospital following a car accident along the open section of the Southern Coastal Highway in St. Thomas. The incident happened about 7:15 this morning. It's reported that the car in which she was traveling collided with a truck. The woman had to be cut from the vehicle by a team from the Yallas Fire Department.
A motor truck and a motor car met into an accident. One person was trapped into the motor car. We had to use the mattress set to cut the metal from around her. Presently, she has been transported to Kingston Public Hospital. I'm just imploring to motorists. We know we welcome the new road, but we need to take care.
The police are this afternoon insisting there's a link between the number of missing children and their use of social media. Since the start of the year, 25 children have gone missing. The police say while there are several reasons for children going missing, social media is a big factor.
The phone, the meeting persons via the phone, the WhatsApp groups, the different groups that they have. I don't know, when you're having parents-teachers meeting, just encourage the parents to monitor these children, because these social media, these different groups, TikTok and all of these things, that's where they are meeting different people. They are meeting people who they don't even know.
She added that other children have ran away from home due to domestic issues.
There are serious issues that is happening. The father, them a touch the children, them. Yeah, so we need to talk with them and find out and call the police when you find out what is happening with them. Call the police, because that's what we are here for.
For the month of March, 15 cases of sexual assault on children were reported. In January and February, 14 cases were reported. With the resumption of face-to-face learning, the Center for Investigation of Sexual Offenses and Child Abuse, CISOCA, believes there will be an increase in sexual offenses and child abuse cases.
Where a student is falling short, if it is that you hear about anything that has to do with sexual offenses, it is your duty to contact the police.
To other news now, Agriculture Minister Pernell Charles Jr. says the government continues to help farmers to bounce back from the impact of the COVID-19 pandemic. He was speaking at the Clarendon Municipal Corporation Town Hall meeting in Larnelltown on Thursday.
Rolling out a number of projects, not just for farmers of crops, but for our fishers as well. And you know that we are in a constituency where we have the most renowned fishing villages. And so we have to give the respect, not just to one side, but to both sides of agriculture and fisheries. And so you're going to see a number of support projects of direct investment, of building capacity, training, seamanship, and other aspects that are going to allow for our farmers and fishers to be able to really dig in and improve in production.
And it's time now for the Business Minute. Here's Cody and Barrett.
In the world of business, Jamaica's net international reserves increased in March. The NIR amounted to $3.68 billion, up 2.4%. The reserves were able to cover 46 weeks of goods and services imports. And in business internationally, according to the World Bank, Ukraine could lose almost half of its economy this year as a result of Russia's invasion. In a report published on Sunday, the bank estimated that the country's GDP could decline by 45.1% this year, although it noted that the magnitude of the contraction will depend on the duration and intensity of the war. And that's it for the Business Minute. I'm Cody Ann Barrett.
And time now for a look at the top regional and international stories with Sandy Williams.
In the region, Prime Minister of Antigua Gaston Brown has confirmed that he has tested positive for the COVID-19 virus, but that he's feeling fine and has little nasal congestion. Brown becomes the latest CARICOM leader to test positive for the virus that has killed and infected thousands of people in the Caribbean since March 2020. The other leaders include Trinidad and Tobago's Prime Minister, Dr. Keith Rowley, Belize's John Brasino, and St. Lucia's Prime Minister Philip Pierre. On the international scene, an Islamic State fanatic has been found guilty of murdering Sir David Ames MP. The South End West MP was stabbed more than 20 times during a constituency surgery in Leon-C SS on October 15, 2021. A jury at the Old Bailey took just 18 minutes to convict Ali Abi Ali of murder and preparing acts of terrorism. The 26-year-old from Kentish Town, North London, has denied the charges and claimed he targeted the MP over his vote for airstrike on Syria. And those were the top regional and international stories. I'm Sandy Williams.
And we head now to a quick break. When we return, we'll have your midday sports report. Simon Preston is standing by.
It's now time for Midday Sports. I'm Simon Preston. The Reggae Boys will open their account in the CONCACAF Nations League away to Suriname on June 4. The fixture list, which was revealed today, will also see Jamaica host Suriname on June 7 before hosting Mexico on June 14. The Jamaicans will end Group A of League A of the Nations League on March 26 next year against Mexico in Mexico. The top team from this group will advance to the semi-finals of the Nations League, while the second place team will remain in League A but qualify for the 2023 Gold Cup. The bottom place team will get relegated to League B. Defending champions Cavalier will face Waterhouse in action from the Jamaica Premier League at the Anthony Spalding Sports Complex this evening. Cavalier are 5th in the table on 22 points, while Waterhouse are 2nd on 26. Kickoff is at 7:30. At 5 o'clock, Harbourview will battle Mount Pleasant Academy at the same venue. The Reggae Warriors have moved up 2 places from 20th to 18th in the April edition of the Rugby League World Rankings. The Reggae Warriors made this jump after securing a 30-30 draw with Scotland late last year. The Jamaicans also ranked number 1 in the Americas region. Jamaica's Rugby League team will be making their debut in the Rugby League World Cup in October in England. The Reggae Warriors are in Group C alongside New Zealand, Lebanon and Ireland. And finally, this afternoon, 5 players who were part of Jamaica's squad at the 2018 Rugby Sevens World Cup in the USA have been included in the Crocs squad for the World Cup qualifiers in the Bahamas set for April 23 to 24. Veterans Daniil Fessel, Tyler Bush, Shane Eddy, Rodri Adamson and Ashley Smith are in the squad looking to defend their America's title. The squad also sees a recall to Gareth Stopani, Lucas Roy Smith, Michael Sinclair, Mason Catton-Brown, Ryan Denver, Cameron Melville and Akil Smith. Fabian Turner also joins Eddie as the only domestic-based player in the squad. The Crocs will face Guyana, Curaçao and the Bahamas in the group stages of the tournament. The 2 finalists will qualify for the 2022 Rugby Sevens World Cup, which will be hosted in South Africa in September. If Jamaica achieves qualification to qualify for 2 Senior World Cups. And that is it for your Midday Sports Report. I'm Simon Preston. Anthony, it's over to you.
Thank you very much, Simon. And that's the Midday News. I'm Anthony Lugg. Join us at 7 for Primetime News. On behalf of the news, sports and production teams, good afternoon.